Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I have a little bit of a different video for you. So typically I'll buy out my own sports cards, but in this instance I had a client of mine who told me they recently discovered their childhood collection while cleaning out their parents' house, and they wanted me to go through it and ultimately sell off everything that you're going to see here today. So that's what I love about what I do for a living. I get to see this stuff pretty frequently, so I feel a little bit spoiled in that sense. But I want to kind of share that experience with you guys today. So I've already done the majority of the difficult work. So I actually went through piece by piece and found, there's an autographed picture there. We've got a team photo set here of the Cincinnati Reds from 1976. So I'll just set those aside. And what I was getting at, I guess, is I already went through and kind of pulled out the Stars and Hall of Famers. This was the box of cards that he had. So I'm going to set those to the side, rearrange here a little bit, and dig into this video. All right, so now that the cards are back into full frame, we're going to go handful by handful and show you the highlights from this collection. Now, I will say there are a couple stacks of football, and we have basketball down here as well. I'm not very knowledgeable on those sports, especially when it comes to the sports cards. So I'm going to fly through those pretty quickly. Our main focus for this video is going to be these baseball cards. And who knows, if you guys see some cards that are of some value here in the football or basketball, let me know. I would love to see your comments below and get your overall thoughts of this collection, because it's not every day that someone gets to rediscover their childhood collection. But like he said, he's not a current collector. So what is he going to do with the cards? They're just going to sit in a box in the closet. So he figures he might as well sell them. So let's tear into this. We're starting off with a Gary Carter rookie cup there, and continuing on with a Willie McCovey. And I'm not going to name all these guys. I hate when people do that in videos. I'm just going to kind of fly through this pretty quickly and kind of show you the highlights. And as you can see here, we do have some cards with some significant damage, but like I said, it was a childhood collection. You can't ask for better than that. So you have a couple of these Pete Roses. Of course, this one's got a crease on top, but hey, this next one, it doesn't look too bad. Be a good contender for somebody looking for one for their set. And of course, we have a lot of Cincinnati Reds cards just because we are here near Cincinnati, and that seems to be the most popular cards we find, of course. There's a nice Tom Seaver. That's really well centered, actually. There's another Willie McCovey, Dave Winfield, Steve Carlton, Gary Carter rookie cup again, and Don Sutton there. We've got a Hank Aaron, Orlando Cepeda. I love the 1972 set. And like I said, I'm not going to try to name off all of these guys, but as you can see, there's some really big names in here, some good looking cards. And he didn't do too bad of a job of keeping these in good condition. When these actually came into me, and there's a nice one there, Hank Aaron. That one's not too hateful, a little bit of touching on the corners, but otherwise pretty good. But no, what I was going to say is he did pretty good for being a childhood collector. Of course, his cards came in a literal shoebox, but that's okay. He kept them pretty decent condition over the years. But as a kid, you get to trade them around, and once you start doing that, the corners start getting banged up and so on. But here we go. I would say these next three cards are some of the highlights from this collection. Of course, we have the George Brett here, and it's in really good condition considering it was found in a shoebox. So a little bit of a stain here on the back. Otherwise, pretty nice card there, and definitely an iconic one. And then we followed up with two of the Robin Yount rookies there. Let's see if I can actually get them side by side. And there you go. So not too hateful. If you're looking for one for your set, these are definitely good contenders. Here's the backs of them. So, man, I got Butterfingers today. So really cool cards there. Like I said, I would say those are probably the highlights there just because they're such an iconic card. And those are pretty much the big cards from the 1975 set. So luckily, it seemed to be mostly 1970s. Would have been nice if we had some 1960s Mickey Mantles in there, but I'll take it. These are still really cool cards with some great names. Nice looking Carl Yastrzemski there. Pretty sharp corners. Back looks good too, no staining. Jim Palmer, Robin Yount. I've always been a fan of that Robin Yount card. I know it's not his rookie, obviously, but still a nice looking card there. And here's a good run with Babe Ruth and Honus Wagner. These are those Sporting News cards, and these are from the 19, I think 76 set. I can't remember. I was hoping it would say on the back, and it threw me off there seeing 1960, so I had to take a pause there. Lou Brock, and then Phil Niekro there. All right, next up, we'll go ahead and run through this stack really quick. And this is going to be our second to last baseball card stack here. And we're starting off strong with Al Kaline, Brooks Robinson, Steve Garvey, and then we've got some of these strikeout leader cards. Those are always fun. Vada Pinson, and again, nice. There's a Carlton Fisk. Just a really nice range of names here. And there's a Dennis Eckersley. A little bit off center there, though. Yeah, I mean, really nice collection here for being rediscovered. A lot of times this stuff gets lost and it's never seen again. So before we run into this next stack of baseball cards, I'm going to go through really quick and see if you guys can school me on some of the names you see here. You might have to slow this video down or pause it even, just because I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly. Obviously, this is a subject matter I don't know a whole lot about, but hopefully if you guys see some names coming across the screen, you can at least identify them. And maybe you guys see a key rookie in here or something like that. That would be a huge help to me. Save me a lot of time with Google Image or looking these up one by one on eBay. So looks like there's some checklists there. Looks like, again, a really diverse year range here. So I'm not even sure when some of these are from. With baseball, of course, I can kind of just see the card and I know exactly what year it is. Here's the second half of the football. And luckily, and I say luckily because obviously I don't collect football, but luckily this was all the football he had in that collection. Like I said, don't know if there's any big rookies in here or not, but maybe somebody out there will know. I know it's kind of like baseball cards. If you see an iconic one, you kind of gravitate to it and you kind of know that that card has some value. So maybe something jumps out to you guys, but we are just about to wrap up. I know Terry Bradshaw. I do know that name. And it always seems like football cards are much more difficult to find than baseball cards, at least for me. And then obviously, well, more so for basketball cards. Nice black border card. Looks like a trifold or something like that. I'm not sure. No stats on the back, though. Kind of unique. And here we go with the basketball. I actually really like the design of these basketball cards. I think some of these are actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely before my time, so I have no idea what I'm looking at here. So luckily, that was a really quick look at the basketball cards. So let's go ahead and take care of the last stack here of baseball, and then we'll show you the oddball stuff you guys see laying down here too. Nice stolen base leaders card there. Phil Niekro. Let's see. That one is pretty beat up, but I had to save it just because it had Johnny Bench on there and Tony Perez. There we go. A few Hall of Famers on there. Let's see. Phil Niekro, Jim Hunter. And then here's Gary Carter rookie card. Hank Aaron. And some more big names. Some of the greats. There's Pete Rose, Tony Perez, Joe Morgan, Don Sutton. And to finish it up, Don Sutton there. Now let's get into this unique stuff really, really quick. So I think these are called odd rods. But they have really kind of neat graphics on them. Just kind of some of the goofy stuff that was found in this collection, which I kind of enjoy because you don't get to see this stuff every day. So really cool graphics there from the muscle car era. I'm not even sure when these were made, but has to be, judging by the rest of the collection, I would say 1970s. And I don't think these odd rods lasted very much or very long. We have some motorcycle cards here. and they're kind of flipped all different directions. So those are kind of unique and cool. I know there's a big market for collecting not only sports cards, but also motorcycles and vintage mini bikes. We'll go ahead and go through this stack really quick. I think this is, I guess, Planet of the Apes collector cards, which I didn't even know they made. But flip through those really quick. Few oddball stuff in there. And that was that stack. So here's the back. Looks like they're from 1967. And I would say they were definitely made by Topps. But those will have to research a little bit more. And then finally, this last stack. I can't remember what these things were called. They're stickers, though. I think one of these actually has like a name on it. Wacky Packages. So these are Wacky Pack stickers. Just kind of a neat little bonus item to find in this collection. And that's going to wrap up this entire collection. I appreciate you guys exploring through this with me and getting to see an inside glimpse to somebody's childhood collection. I thought that would be a really neat video to make for you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys around in the next one.